The new Dualtron Mini Special Long Body, yes, that is the name, is one of the least expensive ways to get your hand on a product from one of the world's most well-known and well-respected scooter brands, Dualtron. And for better or worse, this is very much a Dualtron scooter. For years now, Dualtron has stuck to the motto, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and applied that to their scooter design and their pricing. Most people either love Dualtrons and won't buy anything else, or are outspoken Dualtron haters. I've ridden and owned a number of Dualtron scooters, and I happen to be one of the rare people that sits somewhere in the middle, and thus I feel like I'm perfect for this review. If you don't already know which side of the fence you sit on, you'll probably know by the end of this review, because this scooter really embodies everything that I like and dislike about Dualtron scooters, so let's get into it. The Mini Special is currently priced at $1,500, the same price as the regular Mini, but it offers dual motors and dual drum brakes standard, which would normally require a $100 upgrade on the regular Dualtron Mini. As far as Dualtrons go, the price is actually really good. This has a claim top speed of 35 miles an hour, which is on par with other scooters at the price, and it has a 52 volt, 12 amp hour battery for the $1,500 model, with the option to upgrade to a 15.6 or 21 amp hour battery for $100 or $200 more. The standard battery is a little on the small side for the price, but getting just a little bit less performance for the money is expected with Dualtron. So what is this extra money paying for? Well, this scooter is built impressively well with a frame that feels like it actually might be bulletproof. The product manual says it's forged 6000 grade aluminum, and it feels solid and heavy, almost like it's steel. This is one of the most deceptively heavy scooters I have ever lifted. Its size tells your brain that it isn't too heavy, but then your muscles can't believe that this thing that your brain said should weigh 30 or 40 pounds is actually 60 pounds. At this price and performance level, this isn't an unusual weight though. The issue I have with the weight being where it is that this is called the Mini. It seems to be aimed at portability and having a compact Dualtron for everyday use, but weight-wise it doesn't really live up to that. However, I've had absolutely no worries about it on the construction and quality side of things. I really feel like I could jump this off a 2-story building and the pavement would break before this scooter did. Well, at least for the frame. The stem tells a different story, but this is a story that just about every Dualtron scooter tells. Even this scooter, which doesn't fold at the base of the stem, still has the signature Dualtron stem flex. In higher end models, I've always just assumed that this flex is to help prevent the stem from snapping when accelerating or braking from high speeds. I was hoping that the slowest scooter in their lineup wouldn't have this stem flex. I wanted the stem to match the beefy bulletproof feel of the frame, and I don't really get that to the level I was hoping. That's not to say that this is uncomfortable or sketchy to ride in any way. I do still feel super confident on this scooter, and the stem flex is something you only really notice if you go looking for it. The deck dimensions are fantastic. This is called the long body for a reason. The riding platform is super spacious with a nice tail that gives you a lot of flexibility with riding position. When it comes to handlebar height, I once again run into an age-old Dualtron quirk. These handlebars are just a bit too low for my liking. I also normally don't like the folding handlebars on Dualtrons, but I actually think they work here because this is a little bit more portability focused. Makes it convenient to stick in the trunk of your car or other tight fit places. I just wish the standard handlebar height was a bit taller to accommodate my personal height. I stand at about 6'1" for reference. The folding lock is unique to this model. Rather than going for the typical quick release levers that feel a little bit outdated at this point, they've gone for a tried and true mechanism that folds the entire vertical section of the scooter down. It is a bit finicky to fold down, but it's rock solid. I'll always take a solid stem over saving a few seconds on the folding time. This scooter has tubed tires. I would have liked to see tubeless tires, but comes with split rims for easy tube changes, so it is forgivable. The suspension is on the short side and pretty stiff, but again, this is something that Dualtron has always done. They offer a suspension that will help with the biggest bumps rather than dialing in on the most plush ride feel. It's more of Nami's specialty. Mini Motors has rolled a lot of features from the higher end Dualtrons down to this model, starting with the awesome updated EY3 display, which is now full color. This is just the best trigger throttle display combo on the market right now, and it gives it such a more modern feel. All your usual features are present, plus the addition of the new safe mode, which locks the throttle from being accidentally pressed while the scooter is parked. You can switch through the 5 riding modes plus eco and sport settings using the buttons, which are awkwardly placed at the bottom of the display. This is actually probably better than a key lock because the average person isn't going to have any idea how to turn on this scooter. You also get a full array of RGB lighting for that signature Dualtron look. This scooter and a lot of Dualtron's new scooters also have app compatibility. I tried to connect this to the app and I just couldn't get it to work, but it's not a big deal for me because all the settings can be changed from the scooter itself. Let's now move to performance and look at my actual performance numbers. This scooter is on loan from Mini Motors USA, so I'm actually not 100% sure which battery size they gave me, but based on my range test results, I'm going to assume it's probably the smallest 12 amp hour battery. I got almost 16 miles of range in my testing, riding in the highest speed settings on a relatively flat course. For most people, this is going to be plenty, but if you need the extended range, you can go for one of the larger battery options. It has a claim top speed of 35, and while I did get up close to that number, I found that the speed plateaued quite a bit at about 30 miles an hour. With the slightly smaller 9-inch wheels and the shorter suspension travel, 30 is about the fastest I want to go anyway. This has front and back drum brakes, which I don't love, but I understand why they chose them for this scooter. They offer enough stopping power for the speeds this scooter goes, and it further decreases the maintenance that's required to keep the scooter running properly. If you squeeze hard enough, you can barely lock the wheels up in an emergency, though the stopping distance isn't quite as good as it would be with disc brakes. As a whole package, the Dualtron Mini Special offers a very solid and confidence-inspiring riding package that's small enough to be nimble and easy to control, but heavy enough to take bumps and abuse. The smaller suspension and smaller sidewalls of the tires means it doesn't feel as comfortable over those bumps as some of the other scooters at this price. The shorter handlebars are made up for by the long riding platform and solid rear tail. Like with most scooters at this price, you will have to compromise on some things. You're rarely going to get everything you want at this mid-tier price point. As mentioned before, the portability side of the scooter is a story of contradictions. It's called the Mini, is one of the smallest Dualtrons ever, has folding handlebars and a locking stem that you can carry the scooter by, but it's also deceptively heavy. Carrying this up and down stairs or putting it into a car is only slightly easier than other scooters at this price. Dualtron is one of those brands where, depending on your priorities when looking for a scooter, you might immediately dislike it, or you might think it's the greatest scooter brand ever. You can probably tell by now if the Dualtron Mini is for you. I once again sit somewhere in the middle. Is it my favorite mid-price electric scooter ever? No, but I recognize what it's good at, and that some people are going to really like the good things that this scooter has to offer. I think this is a great scooter for those wanting to ride a Dualtron without having to sell a kidney. Has great potential as both a commuter and a recreational rider, and is overall a great quality product that should last you a really long time. If you like what you saw, you can check out the Dualtron Mini Special Long Body at the link in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video or if it was helpful. Get subbed for more electric scooter videos, and I'll see you in the next one.